What's up, folks? We're coming in hot with new intel and insight from Hasbro on the G.I. Joe Classified series. In today's episode, Hasbro just announced new reveals for 2026. What do we know so far? When are the newest reveals going to be available for pre-order? What new figures are planned for 2026? What's the deal with the new Skybound G.I. Joe animated series? It's not what you think. And what new intel can we share about the Arctic Assault H.I.S.S tank? We've got answers on all of that and a lot more. And before we get started, do us a favor and hit the like button. It's the best way to support the show, and we appreciate all of you for watching. First up, there are new name-only reveals to share for the G.I. Joe Classified series. Coming in 2026, Hydro VIPER. This is a long-awaited figure for a lot of collectors out there. If you're excited, let us know. Then there's Zartan version 2. This is the punk version from Ninja Force. Then there's Zanya, Zartan's daughter, and a member of the Dreadnoks. And finally, the 2-pack that we've been telling you about for a long time now, Red Dog and Taurus. But folks, the news doesn't end there. There are 3 new retro card back figures as well. Zap, Crazy Legs, and the female Crimson Guard will all be released on retro card back packaging. These are still considered mainline figures, which will be widely available, so you should be able to find them as easily as other retro card back releases. Pre-orders for these 3 retro card back figures will open on November 4th, and let's dive into them. And let's kick this off by talking about G.I. Joe's original Bazooka Trooper himself, Zap. This figure pays homage to the classic 1982 design while taking full advantage of the modern classified sculpting and articulation that fans expect. This guy looks awesome. Zap comes equipped for heavy combat with his signature rocket launcher, multiple rockets, a modular backpack for storage, a rifle, pistol, helmet, and alternate hands. The head sculpt captures his stoic expression and trademark mustache, staying true to the original look, but refined with sharper details and updated proportions. Then next, we're gonna keep this moving along fast. We now have our first look at retro card back Crazy Legs, and this one's a major course correction. Fans will remember how the Night Force version included with the HasLab Dragonfly came with one of the weakest head sculpts in the entire line. Well, that mistake has officially been fixed. Or has it? Let us know your thoughts on this head sculpt. The new retro release gives Crazy Legs a completely retooled head sculpt, sharper details, and a more expressive face that finally captures the paratrooper's intensity. The red and gray flight suit pops with sculpted texture and authentic harness details, while the classic accessories, the SMG, pistol, combat knife, and stand, those round out the vintage-inspired loadout. This figure is everything the retro card back series should be. A chance to right past wrongs, refine the classics, and give collectors the version they've always wanted. Set for the 2026 lineup, Crazy Legs is looking to jump straight into action, and this time he's bringing his A-game. And next, let's jump right over to the female Crimson Guard. Hasbro's added another powerhouse to the Cobra ranks, a striking evolution of one of Cobra's most iconic troopers. Dressed in the familiar crimson uniform with sharp silver detailing, this figure reimagines the elite guard with a sleek modern edge while honoring the classic real American hero aesthetic. The sculpt work here is top tier, and I think you'll agree. Clean lines, tight armor fits, and a confident stance that gives her as much presence on the shelf as any of Cobra Commander's inner circle. She's fully geared for battle, coming packed with a rifle that has a bayonet, sidearm, saber with a sheath, combat knife, alternate hands, backpack, and a display stand. Every accessory feels purposeful, elevating her from a troop builder to a true centerpiece. As far as troop builders go, this one really stands out. The female Crimson Guard is not a repaint or a gender swap. She's a statement piece for collectors who appreciate modern military realism wrapped in retro flair. Let us know your reaction in the comments below. Are you going to be stocking up on these? And do you agree that the Crimson Guard as a troop overall might be one of the best troop builder units in the entire classified series? If you agree or disagree, let us know in the comments. Let's get this discussion going. Then next, According to Deadline, Robert Kirkman's Skybound Entertainment is teaming up with Hasbro Entertainment to develop an adult animated Energon Universe series that unites G.I. Joe, Transformers, and Void Rivals. The tone is said to mirror Kirkman's successful Invincible series, with the comics already selling over 7 million comics since 2023. Now here's what many are missing. The show is not greenlit or in production yet. Deadline clearly states that it's expected to be taken out to buyers shortly, meaning Skybound and Hasbro are about to pitch it to networks and streamers. It's in development, not confirmed. Whether it happens depends entirely on a buyer picking it up, and that's not guaranteed. So when you see someone claim that the show's happening, ask them which network bought it. Until then, it's just another project on paper. Stay tuned to Viper Island for real updates on what's actually happening, not what lazy headline skimmers wish were true. Next, let's talk about everything you need to know for 2025 and 2026. New to the 2025 lineup is the Arctic Assault HISS tank and its driver. We'll have more on that in a minute, so don't go anywhere. There's one more item left this year. We'll have more on that very soon. And now, a new look at the 2026 lineup that's already filling out. We've got Hit and Run, Lifeline, Big Lob, Mole Rat Stage 2, the Night Viper, and joining them, Hydro Viper, Zartan version 2, Zanya, Iceberg, which will be a summer 2026 release. Then there's the Red Dog and Taurus 2-pack for the Renegades. This will be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. There's the Royal Guard, which is a deluxe figure, then the 3 retro cardback figures so far, Zap, Crazy Legs, and the female Crimson Guard. As for who or what else will join the 2026 classified lineup, stay tuned to Viper Island. We'll continue to bring you full coverage of all new releases. If you're enjoying this, hit the like button and make sure you're subscribed. Next, as expected and as we've been telling you for a long time, there's a new HISS tank on the way this year, the Arctic Assault HISS tank. This is part of the 2025 lineup, and this time around, there's no lighting, no side rockets, no old school canopy, and no old school side plating. Aside from that, it's very similar to the HasLab HISS tank. This is a modern-inspired Arctic HISS tank, and it's a Pulse exclusive made-to-order item. We've been saying for 5 years now that this is the way to go. Not HasLabs, just made-to-order items that everyone who wants one can get one. It took 5 years, but it appears that Hasbro might finally be listening to their audience. Meanwhile, the Arctic HISS driver is based on reuse of the Snow Serpent body mold and the HISS tank driver's head sculpt repainted white, blue, and gold. Lenny Panzica from the Hasbro team said that the Arctic Assault HISS tank is designed to battle the HasLab Snowcat. He said they designed it based on the 25th anniversary Arctic HISS tank, and he said it needed some more camo and contrast, so while it's subtle, it has been added. They also added a removable basket on the side of the HISS tank, which can hold various tools and gas tanks. On the other side is a sculpted tarp, just like the 25th anniversary edition. There's a mount on the back where you can attach weapon racks from either the Vamp or Cobra Stinger. As Viper Island viewers know, we did a deep dive explanation into this almost 2 months ago, and sure enough, this is exactly what the Arctic HISS tank will include. If you like our research, opinions, and our insight before anyone else has it, smash that like button and let us know. The interior of the HISS tank cockpit is tan this time around, and there are new machine guns mounted on the side of the turret position. These guns can be removed and held by figures, so there's a lot of versatility here. With all that said, how do you feel about the Arctic Assault HISS tank? Will you be picking this up? And do you like this more or less than the HasLab HISS tank itself? Drop those comments down below because this is a very polarizing topic right now, especially with the reuse of HasLab molds. Then next, Cobra Law is back, and the Classified series just went full sci-fi nightmare with this deluxe Cobra Law Royal Guard. Part of the 2026 lineup and only one of 7 deluxe releases for the year, this figure takes the classic 87 movie design and turns the dial up to 11. Let us know if you agree. The sculpt work here is jaw-dropping. A fully reimagined armor set dripping with organic, bone-like details and insectoid exoskeleton vibe that perfectly captures Cobra Law's eerie bioengineered aesthetic. The standout feature in our opinion, those massive moth-like wings. A translucent blue masterpiece that instantly elevates this figure from soldier to ceremonial monster. This might be one of the best figures in the entire Classified series. No joke, no exaggeration. The detail here is exquisite. The deluxe pack features a full arsenal, a handgun that nods directly to the vintage original, a dual-bladed staff, and a variety of vicious organic weapons. This figure is wild, but the head sculpts are where this deluxe set truly shines. 2 alternate otherworldly faces with striking expressive details, plus the fully masked insect head that completes the transformation. Rounding it out is a dark cloak that gives the Royal Guard a regal, almost priestly silhouette when posed. Between the layered textures, creature-like armor, and exquisite accessories, this figure looks better than anyone expected. I think we can all admit that. Let us know your thoughts on the Royal Guard. And if you were out on Cobra Law, are you at all interested in collecting these? We'll say it now, and we'll likely continue saying this for a while. We think the Royal Guard is already an early frontrunner for Best Figure of 2026. And considering the fact that we're still in 2025, that should say a lot. Whatever side of the fence you're on, whether you agree with us or disagree, we want to hear from you. Sound off in the comments below. But the new figures don't stop there. Let's talk about Big Lob. The legendary G.I. Joe athlete turned soldier finally joins the Classified series, and he's every bit the powerhouse that fans hoped for. Big Lob sports his iconic red number 14 jersey, merging sports star swagger with battlefield grit. Standing 7 inches tall, he towers over the rest of the line, with an outfit that perfectly bridges locker room and war zone. For accessories, he has a removable tactical harness, an assault rifle, a pistol with a holster, a combat knife, grenade, an alternate hand holding a basketball, which is a nice nod to the movie, and he also has an extra hand for dynamic poses. Overall, it's a sharp, faithful update, balancing personality with practicality to capture Big Lob's unique mix of athletic bravado and combat toughness. This figure is going to be a lot of fun, and boy is this guy going to stand out amongst all the military figures. Was he worth the long wait? You tell us. Let us know what you think of this 7-inch standout. Next up, it's time for another unboxing.
It's Battle Armored Cobra Commander.
Oh yeah, right on.
This looks awesome. Oh, the head's go. We gotta open this thing up.
That looks really good. I wasn't sure exactly how the articulation would be impacted by, how thick the guy is, but we're about to find out. So while Dex is unboxing Cobra Commander, let's talk about this guy. This is Cobra Commander at his most imposing. The battle armor version trades flowing capes and ceremonial uniforms for a high-tech armored suit of power. G.I. Joe Classified sharpens the silver chest plate, helmet sculpt, and layered armor plating, giving him a futuristic yet authoritarian vibe. He looks less like a scheming politician and more like a warlord ready for direct combat. For accessories, he has a laser pistol, alternate hands, an energy backpack, and an iguana. Dex, what's your reaction here?
I'm a big fan of all the different colors they used on him. He just feels really smooth, all the metallic-y parts of him. The one, I've been checking him out, he's very flexible, and I like everything about him. The shoulder pads aren't molded onto him, so they can
they're not rigid
around. Yeah, they're
nice.
They're not so thick though, like some guys where it's it feels like you're gonna break it while moving it, and everything about him smooth. The one downside though is his head can't really move forward. It just looks around. That's it.
Oh, so yeah. So
there's not much neck.
The neck tilt is gone. Can't look up, can't look down. Here. Now that's very common for most G.I. Joe Classified nowadays, so we can't say that's going to hold this figure back in any way. So when I pop off his head, the neck barely has any movement at all, the neck joint, and it's got just the barbell at the top, and that barely wiggles. So yeah, you're right. Almost no articulation in the head and the neck.
But that's fine because you just he just looks cooler when he's all armored up, because you wouldn't be able to move very much anyways in that suit.
This guy's wicked.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And this energy backpack, not exactly sure what it does. I don't think we need to understand what it does. It looks cool. I like it a lot.
The iguana's a cool touch. The arms have articulation, so you can move them around in a swivel. There's not ball joint, but it's just it spins around. He looks pretty cool.
Is it just the front legs?
Both, the front and back legs.
Oh, no way. Oh, okay. So this is a callback to the Deke animated series. This is Serpentor as an iguana. The Classified update makes it feel functional, almost like Cobra's answer to Iron Man. What do you think of that, Dex?
Yeah, I agree with you. Like, all the armor and everything on him, he just looks cool. He doesn't even need that much. One gun is fine, because look how much armor he has. Also, the head sculpts have a lot of, like, details on it with all the sculpting and everything. I'm a big fan of it.
And you make a good point. He doesn't really need a lot of firepower because guess what? He's Cobra Commander. He's got an entire Cobra army behind him. It would have been nice to have a pointing finger for both hands because in the classic vintage artwork, he was always pointing with his right hand, and this time we only got the left. Not a big deal, but if you want to get those classic poses and redo them, you can't do it with this guy.
One thing I really like is his foot doesn't have a shin swivel, it's an ankle swivel now, so it's a lot like easier to pose him. I liked shin swivel, but when you do have it like spinned, then it looks a little bit off. It's not ordered up, all the different like patterns and everything, so.
Yeah, his legs would look very out of place if all of a sudden it just rotated in the middle and you lost that design.
Same with some guys like Snake Eyes even, when they have like shin guards on, it's a little bit odd with that. I'm not the biggest fan of the shin ones, I like the ankle though.
Now, as basic as this guy kind of is it weird to talk about this guy for a possible best figure of the year?
It's a good figure, but I would not go that far. There's some guys that have like 7 or 8 guns, and then this guy's got 1.
Doesn't
it
matter.
Looks cool, but it's not figure of the
What
year.
matters more, the accessories or the figure itself? I think you have to have a phenomenal figure first of all. And then if he comes with extra accessories that are great, awesome.
There's other good figures out there that look really good and have a lot of accessories.
Yeah.
So
the only reason I say this is because it's Cobra Commander. Now we have the retro Cobra Commander here, and this is the most recent version. You take a look at the two, and like these guys both stand out. This guy was last year in 2024. Battle Armor Cobra Commander in 2025. The Once a Man Cobra Commander eyes, they look pretty good on this guy. Maybe you're right, Dex. Maybe it's a stretch to call this guy a candidate for best figure of the year, but I still think a case can be made. Let me know in the comments down below if you've already received this guy and you agree that this guy should be considered as one of the best figures of the year. There's no right or wrong here, by the way.
it's a really good figure. It's good that it's like mainline, so then everyone can get it. But
Yeah,
I would prefer it to be a deluxe figure to come with way more accessories and
kind
stuff
of
like
agree with you. And maybe a vehicle like the Pogo.
that. Yeah, like anything extra. It feels a little bit bare bones.
It definitely is. Not going to argue on that point at all.
Great figure, but it's bare bones.
Yeah, I just like this guy, man. I never had this guy as a kid, and I always wanted this, and this does not disappoint. I love the armor, too. I was afraid that it was just going to be bulky and chunky and wouldn't really stand that well. No problems whatsoever. I love this guy. And whether it's one of the best figures of the year or not, I think this guy has jumped into my own personal favorite, like, top 10. Overall, it's a bold fan favorite redesign of Cobra Commander, and the classified version honors that while making him look even more menacing than ever. And I think this is a must-have variant for anyone's collection. But now it's time to get to the ratings. Dex, why don't you start us off here? What would you give Battle Armor Cobra Commander out of 10?
An 8.5. It's a really good figure, just missing some stuff.
Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what I want to give this guy for a score because on one hand, there's not a lot here, but on the other hand, this is exactly what I want. If you're a fan of Battle Armor Cobra Commander, you won't be disappointed. I'm going to give him a 9.5 out of 10. That might seem a little high. There is some personal bias there that this worked out as well as I was hoping it would. In fact, it's even better than I hoped it would be. But it's not a 10 out of 10. I'll stick with 9.5 out of 10. Overall, 2 really good scores for this guy. If you've been sitting on the fence, you might want to reconsider because this guy is worth it. And there you have it. You've made it to the end of this episode, and we really appreciate that. Thumbs up down below. And we would love it even more if you take just 1 second of your time. Make sure that down below you are subscribed to the channel. We ask that you do, because that guarantees that we definitely get to see you back here again next time. Thanks for tuning into Viper Island, your one-stop shop for all things G.I. Joe. When there's relevant news, we'll be here to discuss all of it, together with you. Thanks for watching, thanks for supporting, have a great day, and yo Joe!